Unidentified shapes in the sky, shadowy figures caught on camera.
Look, over there. Do you see that?
What the hell?
And creatures from the deep, the unexplained awaits. We've gathered a collection of videos that defy easy explanation, inviting you on a journey into the mysterious. Hold on tight as we explore the fringes of reality, where questions linger long after the clips end. The urge for solitude is understandable. Maybe there's an ancient instinct buried deep within us. But personally, I can't fathom the appeal of heading into the wilderness alone. We build communities for a reason. This next clip will confirm any doubts you may have about venturing solo into the unknown.
Do you see that? Over there, look, over there. Do you see that?
What the hell?
In 1957, a few people near Emerson report strange sightings. Fast forward to 1997, less than 2 miles away, and a hunter finds a discarded video camera that has the clip you watched. See that figure? Translucent. Like the alien from Predator. You can see through it, yet its outline and movements are eerily clear. It's not human. It could be right out of some sci-fi nightmare. Worse though, it attacks. They run, but it chases. It catches them, the camera hits the ground, and the recording ends, and with it, perhaps their lives, because no one has come forward to claim the camera or footage. Tell me now, would you trade everything for a little wilderness solitude, knowing this is out there? I wouldn't risk it. Our eyes and ears show us only a sliver of the world. Right now, you're relaxing on the couch. Are you truly alone? Check the kitchen, the basement. Could someone or something be there, unseen? Watch this, and those questions linger long after. Why was this person asked to point a camera down their basement stairs? I'd like to know that too. For now, watch closely. Did you see it? Those glowing eyes. That shape. It's no house pet. If it belonged there, the owner would know. This is deeply unsettling. Surely it has to be a trick of the light, a hoax. Because if it's not, the thought of ever being alone again is truly terrifying. I've always said, if you can't see the bottom of a lake or river, don't get in. After seeing enough creepy videos of what lurks in those depths, the only water I'll trust is a clear swimming pool. Take this clip from Australia, for example. What is that out there? At first, I thought maybe a hippo somehow escaped a zoo. But Australia doesn't have those. So what else? The more I look, the less sense it makes. At one point, it resembles a corpse. Old man, some kind of costume. Then, it breaks the surface. No way is that a corpse. A whale, a deformed dolphin. I'm at a loss. But one thing's for sure. It's enough to keep me, and everyone I know, on dry land for good. From the depths of the water to the vastness of space. Are we truly alone in this universe? It's the ultimate question, isn't it? This is bizarre. Part of me wants to explain it away. Tricks of light, odd cloud formations, anything ordinary. But the evidence defies that. There's something above those clouds, shining brightly, while the rest of the sky is dark. Those beams of light. That patch of open sky. It just doesn't make sense. Logic dictates the simplest explanation is the best. So in this case, I'm calling it an alien spacecraft. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? From the heartwarming to the horrifying, this image from a Canadian forest will send chills down your spine. On the left, a deer. No surprises there. But the creature on the right, that's a mystery. It's practically ripped from a horror movie. 2 legs, 2 wings. Yet it's scrambling on all fours. That look of sheer terror on its face. Those pointy ears, truly unsettling. The deer's clearly running for its life. But from what? Is this some bizarre creature, or an illusion caused by the blur of its movement? Let's hope it's a camera glitch, because frankly, the world is already strange enough as it is. Next up, South Africa, where a routine property tour took a chilling turn. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? Just a video walkthrough for potential buyers. The lawn, the living room, the kitchen. And that person in the kitchen. Hold on, no one's supposed to be there. Where did they vanish to? It's like they appeared from thin air, then melted back into nothingness. That shadowy figure emerges from behind the wall, definitely the outline of a person, then walks a few steps, and disappears. Disappear isn't even the right word. It's like they dissolved into the doorway. Seriously unsettling. Are we witnessing a ghost, an apparition? Maybe this is some kind of glitch in reality itself? This has definitely broken my brain. Buckle up, because this will leave you seriously puzzled. Forget 2 heads being better than 1. This baby goat has a whole other level of strange going on.
راس اهي بيشدوا في بعض راس كامله اهي ودي الراس كامله بس ما بيعرفوش يمشوا يعني دي هتمشي كده ودي تيجي تمشي كده ما يعرفوش.
Yes. 2 heads and 6 legs. You have to see it to believe it. How is this even possible? A rare mutation, a scientific mix-up, or something even stranger, a creature right out of myth. This completely challenges our understanding of biology. The poor thing. Each head pulling it in a different direction, getting nowhere. Nature can be truly wondrous, but this feels cruel, and it leaves you wondering about the future of this little goat. When it comes to authenticity, you can't beat a news channel clip, right? Well, what you're about to see will either fascinate you or freak you out. Get ready to lose your minds. Just a regular interview, nothing unusual. Until, did you see that? Let's rewind. That man in the white t-shirt. He appeared out of thin air, then casually strolls off as if nothing happened. Watch it again. This is some serious sci-fi stuff playing out right before our eyes. And nobody else seems to notice. Is this a glitch in the Matrix? A portal to another dimension? It's highly unlikely to be a hoax. This is a news broadcast. I can't look away. I have to keep watching, hoping it'll make sense. But somehow I doubt it will. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Forget racing against others. This tortoise might be competing with itself. 2 heads on 1 shell? We just saw a 2-headed goat, and now this is something strange happening in the animal kingdom. I don't want to think about causes right now. I'm just marveling at this unique creature. Could it be a throwback to some prehistoric ancestor? That would be incredible. Despite the strangeness, it's oddly beautiful, almost like a living sculpture. But can it function normally? That remains to be seen. Nature truly amazes, and sometimes leaves us completely baffled. Imagine the worst things that could happen on a dog walk. A tantrum, a tussle with another dog, maybe your pup takes off. Now imagine this.
Ia uite, bune, ne urci în spate.
Uite că l-a văzut.
A typical evening stroll. A well-lit city street. Suddenly, a dark shape lurches at the edge of the screen. Is it a large dog? The woman's pet senses it, turns, then bolts. She whips around, bracing herself, but it's no dog. It's a bear in the middle of the city. She and her dog take off, escaping the unexpected danger. The sheer surprise is terrifying. This serves as a stark reminder of how much we've encroached on wild animal habitats. It's amazing these incidents don't happen more often. Time for us to wake up and act responsibly. Goosebumps guaranteed. This next clip will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about the afterlife. Is this genuine evidence of a spirit? Take a look. A seemingly normal living room, captured on a security camera. Then, a white shadowy figure drifts out of a room on the right, and simply walks out the door. What in the world are we witnessing? This begs the question. Are ghosts real? Is this a glimpse into the spirit world? A fragment of consciousness lingering after death? What happens to us when we take our last breath? Science can't answer these questions definitively, but footage like this certainly fuels the fire of speculation. Does a part of us truly live on? The answer, my friends, remains a captivating mystery. Prepare to question everything. Yes, those are 3 flying saucers. Dismissing it as fake is easy, but this footage feels different. The way they hover, not precisely flying. And watch those jets. There's something eerily natural about how the saucers move. Just look at the contrast with those military aircraft. It's striking. This seems so realistic. It's incredibly hard to believe it's a hoax. My mind screams, this is real. Are they here for conquest? Or is this some kind of tense negotiation? Are those jets tailing them, or an escort? So many questions, and the implications are mind-blowing. The video comes from Iceland, introducing us to the lesser-known but intriguing creature known as the Iceland worm monster. The footage unveils a river landscape, but it's not your typical river scene captured by a wildlife photographer. Instead, it reveals something strange and substantial swimming in the water. From a distance, the strange creature resembles a massive snake, reminiscent of anacondas, navigating the water with surprising agility. Towards the end of the clip, the cameraman manages to capture an up-close view of the creature. The close-up shot showcases an enormous head, remarkable for its sheer width, suggesting it could potentially devour a fully grown man. What sets this creature apart is not only its size and swift movement, but also the weird skin texture observed on its giant snake-like body. This distinct feature raises questions about its classification, differentiating it from known species of snake. This unsettling video comes from Spain and showcases a mysterious and somewhat disgusting creature. At first glance, the creature appears to be a mass resembling a brain from some unknown animal. However, upon closer inspection, it becomes apparent that it's a collection of gooey worms intertwined together. Surrounding this bizarre entity are freely moving bugs, detached and seemingly unaffected. The worms within the blob exhibit minimal movement, creating an eerie scene. As the cameraman zooms out, it becomes evident that this strange entity is partially submerged in water, and the worms are freely strolling around in it. The overall sight is both mysterious and unsettling, leaving viewers with a sense of discomfort and a desire for such strange entities not to exist in our world. The spine-chilling video originates from a South American warehouse, capturing a truly terrifying sight. The footage begins with a view of the warehouse front, and suddenly, a massive and girthy creature emerges from its side. Initially resembling a bear, a closer look reveals that it is something altogether different, with distinctive features such as a hunched back and long arms. The creature, covered in medium-length black fur, strolls casually across the camera frame. Following the video, the warehouse security guard shared his experience, mentioning that he had heard a strange growling in the middle of the night. Initially dismissing it as potentially mountain lions due to the warehouse's proximity to the forest, he now realizes the gravity of the situation after witnessing the mysterious creature on camera. Whether you're someone who believes in ghosts or dismisses their existence, this video from 2014 might just make you reconsider your stance. The eerie footage captured by a home security camera is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. The camera was pointed down a house corridor when it unexpectedly caught the silhouette of a figure in the darkness. This ghostly apparition resembled a creepy, long-haired lady in a white dress, standing motionless and fixated on something in the distance. After a moment, the ghostly figure begins to walk, mysteriously disappearing into the shadows of the corridor. Even watching this from the safety of my home, the sight was truly chilling. Now, I find myself more cautious when navigating the corridors of my house at night. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Back in winter 2003, a security camera at Hampton Court Palace captured something quite extraordinary. The footage shows the front, and out of the blue, the door swings open. Out walks a person, but there's something really strange about them. Instead of regular hands, this person seems skeletal in nature, with a big robe on it. As far as I heard, this footage was taken when no one was supposed to be there, especially no one dressed this strangely. The creature opens the door briefly, and we only get a glimpse of it in a couple of frames. To me, this creature seems to be a lost soul, forever reliving their moments in that palace. And that is because the way it is dressed is too odd, resembling a bit the way royalty used to dress back in the 16th century. Some folks who saw this video online suggested it was a setup made by some employees there in order to gather more visitors. However, I'm leaning towards my theory. What are your thoughts on what this creature might be? If you're not a fan of snakes, you might want to skip this clip. The video, coming from South Africa, showcases what viewers are calling the snake monster. In the footage, a massive snake is seen tied with chains to the back of a truck. It appears lifeless, likely captured by the locals. The cameraman captures the enormity of this snake. Towards the end of the video, the cameraman focuses on the snake's head, and it's truly unsettling. The head is as wide as an average human and has a frightening, intense gaze. The snake was secured to the truck using large chains and straps, giving us a clear idea of just how colossal it was. A Reddit user claimed to have captured footage of the legendary Slender Man in a field, and they uploaded the video for everyone to see. The recording, taken from a dashcam, shows a car driving along a trail in a calm and cozy countryside. As the car progresses, a figure appears on the left side of the road in the field. This figure is quite tall, and as the car approaches, It seems like it's signaling for the car to stop. However, things take a strange turn when it becomes clear that the figure's hand isn't signaling but reaching out far to grab hold of the car. As the figure extends its hand, the driver swerves off the road, crashing into a tree, and the video abruptly ends. The figure bears a resemblance to the popular image of Slender Man, with a tall and slender body and a featureless face. Anyways, I hope the driver was okay, and it seems likely since they were the one who uploaded the video. I don't understand why some drivers choose to venture into desolate forest trails in the middle of the night. This video is from one such daring driver who shared dashcam footage from their car. The footage reveals an empty forest trail with a tall woods entrance in the front. The car casually makes its way into the woods, and as it does, something from the side woods crosses the trail in front. The headlights capture this figure, and upon seeing it, the driver stops the car and the video ends. To me, this creature appeared humanoid in its walk and posture. However, it had a hunched back and towering height, leading me to believe it could be a Bigfoot. This video is from East India, and it captures a strange mutation in a cow. The cow's face resembles that of a human, with features like a nose, mouth, and eyes. The rest of its body seems unaffected, except for its hind legs, which appear skinny and bent the wrong way. The oddity of this mutation poses challenges for the cow, making basic activities like breathing and eating difficult. Unfortunately, animals with genetic disorders like this usually have a shorter lifespan due to the difficulties they face in essential life activities. However, I hope for the best for this cow and wish that it can overcome these challenges. Have you watched Lord of the Rings and seen those tall giants? They seemed like mythical creatures, right? Well, what if I told you there's a video suggesting that giants might have actually existed among us? A lady uploaded this video on Facebook while she was on a train passing through a mountainous area. In the distance, she recorded something incredibly strange and captivating. There, on the ground, were a giant humanoid skull, ribcage, and other bones, just lying there in the middle of nowhere. It's tempting to think these could be the remains of a giant humanoid, but there might be a logical explanation. It's possible these are proportional props, maybe for some movie promotion, strategically placed in the landscape. But you may never know. We do have a lot of tales throughout the whole world that giants roam the earth. A Reddit user named Golitwu posted a video claiming to have captured a strange figure on her camera. In the video, she receives a notification on her motion sensor camera and decides to investigate. It's nighttime, and she's armed with a flashlight as she searches around the bushes. Suddenly, she spots something peeking from behind the bushes, a set of two glowing eyes. These eyes are fixed on her, giving off an eerie and unsettling vibe. Judging by the height of these eyes, it seems like the creature could be a tall humanoid, possibly a Bigfoot or a werewolf. However, going out to investigate without any protection might not have been the wisest decision on the girl's part. When you're out camping deep in the forest with friends, it's crucial to illuminate your surroundings first. If you don't, encounters like the one in this video could happen. The footage captures a group of friends having fun around a campfire during their camping trip. However, one friend, bothered by the campfire smoke, decides to take a breather in the woods. As this friend ventures off, the camera picks up something else emerging from the darkness, following him. This mysterious entity appears humanoid but moves on all fours, with skin that seems hairless. It's remarkably fast and heads straight for the friend, almost as if it was waiting for them to separate before making its move. I hope the friend was okay, and that this creature was just curious about them. Based on the description, it seems like this creature could be something akin to a rake. What are your thoughts on what it might be? This video comes from a lady who was heading home after her night shift. Since the usual road was closed, she opted for a desolate forest trail, leading to an encounter she'll likely remember forever. She captured something strange on camera. While recording, a ghostly, transparent figure materialized out of thin air and swiftly crossed the road. This translucent, humanoid-shaped black figure moved with a posture resembling a human. The lady, understandably frightened, ended the video. The figure gives off a ghostly vibe, appearing like a passing spirit, caught inadvertently on camera. Despite this ghostly encounter, the lady's decision to get out of her car and record with her phone was risky. Apart from encountering a ghost, she could have faced other potentially dangerous situations as well. Here's another intriguing aquatic creature, this time from the Gulf of Mexico. In the video, a fisherman proudly displays a strange-looking fish he caught from the sea. At first glance, the fish seems quite normal as it swims, similar to any other fish. However, the real surprise comes when the fisherman lifts it up to reveal its bottom and face. This fish is unlike anything seen before. It sports 4 fins and an unusual alien-like face with an elongated Pinocchio-like nose and large eyes. The mouth is particularly strange and doesn't resemble a typical fish mouth at all. Additionally, from the bottom, its side fins appear to be a unique combination of hands and fins. The fisherman's catch is undeniably bizarre, and it could possibly be a new species of fish discovered in that area. Forest camping adventures are usually a lot of fun, but at any time, things can take a surprising turn. In this video, recorded by a man during a camping trip with his family, we spot a gigantic humanoid creature in the distance. This creature appears exceptionally tall and seems to be covered in thick black fur. It's bending down, as if collecting something from the ground. After some time, the creature apparently senses that it's being recorded and makes a hasty escape, bringing the video to an end. Judging by its appearance, it certainly resembles the legendary Bigfoot, although it's possible that it might be someone playing a prank in a Bigfoot costume. Regardless, whatever it was an incredibly captivating sight for the family on their camping adventure. This video was posted on Facebook by a user who claims to have been stalked by an unknown creature in his house, and in the video, he manages to capture this eerie encounter. The man in the video is visibly frightened and uneasy, attempting to show us the source of his fear. He explains that he had been hearing hissing noises coming from his backyard, and now he's ventured out to investigate what might be causing it. As he explores the area, he pans the camera toward his shed, where something strange is peeking out, and this thing seems responsible for the hissing sounds. In a trembling voice, the homeowner calls out to the mysterious presence, but it remains silent. Fearing the unknown, the homeowner hastily retreats, and you can clearly see the fear in his eyes as he makes his escape. It's a truly unsettling encounter, and it's hard to comprehend the terror of having something unknown lurking in your own home. This video comes from a group of tourists who were on an adventure in the boreal forest region, and they managed to capture a sighting of the mighty Bigfoot on their camera. In the video, we're presented with a view of the dense woods, and in the distance, a black creature is hunched over. The camera then pans to the side, revealing a large group of tourists with their cameras, all observing this astonishing sight. The creature appeared to be hunched, making it a bit challenging to estimate its height, but it did seem to be of substantial size. Some might argue that it could be a gorilla or ape, but in Canada, there are no known animals like that. Towards the end of the video, we can also see a person in a red shirt emerging from the woods. It's a bit confusing why someone would venture so close to a creature like that. This video was shared on Reddit by a homeowner who recorded a chilling entity haunting his house. And it's something straight out of my worst nightmares. In the video, we see the homeowner performing some sort of ritual with smoke, seemingly to ward off whatever is frightening him.
I know, bud. I'm not afraid, man.
He then heads towards the basement, and as he opens the door, a dark and eerie figure is standing at the other end of the stairs. The figure is undeniably creepy and unsettling. When you pause and zoom in on its face, you can discern its eerie, human-like features. However, when the homeowner switches on the light, the mysterious figure hastily retreats. With bravery, the homeowner follows, but to his surprise, he finds no one there. Suddenly, he hears cries coming from above, and he rushes back up the stairs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
However, as he's ascending, the door suddenly closes on its own, trapping the homeowner in the stairwell. I'm not sure what happened next, but since the homeowner uploaded this video, I believe he's safe. Hiking can be fun until you come face to face with the ultimate terror that nature is. In this video, we can see from the point of a few guys up a mountain slope, looking down at a bear making its way down the path. They are increasingly worried, yelling to get off the trail. We soon can see the three men on the other side of the trail making a run for it. I have to say that in this kind of situation, running is perhaps your worst choice. These killing machines of nature can catch up to you in the blink of an eye. But luckily for them, this bear did not seem in the mood to run, perhaps being already full from another meal. Bigfoots have always been a topic of interest for many. Some have even gone past limits to just get a hold of some evidence which points towards the existence of these mighty creatures. One such guy happened to actually record a clip of the infamous Bigfoot on his trail camera. The giant creature, caught for a glimpse, presents a body covered completely in dark hair, is spotted passing by the trail camera while staring straight at it. The camera was mounted in a very deep spot in the woods. Therefore, the chances of it being a human are slim. Moreover, the face looks so strange, it certainly did not look like belonging to a human. Or if it was a human, the makeup team must be really good. My personal opinion is that this is a valid footage, although very blurry. What's your opinion? You never know when driving out at night can turn into a scary experience for you. Something like that happened to the guy in this video who was driving alone when he saw something on the side of the road. It was a woman walking all alone by the side of a remote road with no light. As he stopped to ask if she needs help, she only made a terrifying sound.
Excuse me, you need help? What the?
I have to admire the courage of the man to stop and ask her if she is okay, and to keep his cool even when the encounter turned even creepier. But what was really up with that woman? Was she a ghost or a crazy woman? What do you think? This man took his kids out for a nice day in the woods, but what he did not know was that their day was about to turn from good to worse in a second. As he watches and records his kids playing, he starts noticing something weird. There weren't just his two kids, but someone else too. As the creepy short creature with a big head moves towards the children, not just the dad, but the kids also get scared, so they run towards their father who keeps shouting at them. The video lasted for a few seconds, but that must be the most terrifying seconds of the guy's life for sure. Was it an alien? A ghost? For me, it looks like some kind of a prank as well, but still nothing could be said for sure. This video was recorded by a man who kept hearing weird sounds from an abandoned building near to where he lived. So one night, he decided to go check what was happening and see if there was anyone there. But what he did not know was that he was about to witness a very dangerous situation. As he moves towards the building with a flashlight on, a figure appears inside the building behind the wall. What looked like a tall, dark, human-like figure with glowing eyes stared straight at the man. I don't know about you, but at this point, I would close the recording and head back home immediately. But instead, this man followed the figure. Once inside, we can clearly see that there is no one. Where did the figure go? Was it a ghost or just a guy playing pranks on others? Honestly, looking at those scary eyes, it did not look like a normal human being to me. However, the conclusion is still yours to make. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Recorded and uploaded by a guy a couple of years ago, this clip had not just him, but everyone who saw it confused. According to him, he and his friends were out hiking on the mountains when they spotted a man far away descending down the hill. They saw him and thought he must be some lone hiker. However, it took them a few moments to realize that what they were seeing might not be just a human. Was that the infamous Bigfoot? There is still a chance that it could be just a human on a solo adventure. But the whole situation looks weird. What do you think? This video was uploaded years ago, when a man claimed that he had captured a ghost on his camera. It was late at night that the guy went to the spot that was famous for being haunted. At first, he recorded the old tree, with nothing spooky to see there. But as the camera shifted towards the other side, we can see a figure standing nearby with glowing eyes. It looked like a human. However, the eyes and the way it stood still the entire time showed that it was no ordinary human being. According to the man, it was a ghost who had haunted the place for hundreds of years. To me, it does look like a ghost, and I am not sure why people decide to go to haunted places in the middle of the night. Don't they care for their own safety? Thunderstorms and rains can be soothing. However, things take a quick turn towards it being spooky, especially when something like this happens. During a storm, when dark clouds had covered the whole sky, some guys were capturing the moment on their camera when a weird symbol started appearing in the clouds. As the video was uploaded by the man, it gained different reactions, along with millions of views. To some, it was an alien spaceship hidden in the dark clouds, while to others, it looked like an apocalyptic sign. I am not sure what theory to lean towards. What do you think? This video features a moment straight out of nature's wildest ones, and it is for anyone who thinks they can outrun a bear. As this man was recording the woods from a helicopter, he spots a bear wandering nearby. As they were looking to get better footage of it, the bear got scared of the sound and started running. As you all can already see, the bear did not just run, but it was in a full-blown sprint at a speed I am sure none of us could outmatch. In case any one of you is thinking that you can outrun a bear, you can already see here that you stand no chance, because these mighty beasts will not just catch up in no time, but also tear you apart with little to no effort. Trail cameras always come in handy, especially when it comes to capturing spooky stuff happening in the darkest times in the deepest regions. Take this clip for instance. At first all we could see was just some deer grazing and having a nice time, but it wasn't until the deer turned towards the trees and started staring there that we sensed that something weird was happening there. If we slow down and stabilize the background a little, we can see that a weird light appeared there for a while. It moved a little before disappearing. What was it? Was it an alien or something completely different? Does anyone have an explanation? This clip starts off with a woman screaming in horror, as if she had seen a demon or something. But then the video progresses and we get to know exactly why. At first, she tries showing it on camera through the window, but that does not work, so she runs towards the door of her house to get a clear picture of what she was seeing. It looked like two glowing red eyes a little far from their home, as if a massive demon was standing in the dark looking towards them. Could this be a wild animal, curious or looking for a quick meal? Or can it be something more creepy stalking the family? As these two guys went up the snowy mountains for some fun, they had not expected that they would witness a Sasquatch with their own eyes there. Covered completely in snow, it was impossible for any human to be there all alone. Even though neither the men nor us can see it clearly, the whole situation makes it look suspicious. Could this really be a Bigfoot sighting? At first, I was unsure, but considering the fact that it was literally in the middle of nowhere, I am starting to think that it might actually be the infamous Sasquatch. Humans have always been curious minds, but sometimes that curiosity leads them into situations that are too deadly and dangerous to come out of safely. This is exactly what happened here when a man decided to wander around in an abandoned area all alone and late at night. I have no idea what the man was expecting to see there, but he was definitely not prepared for this. A white figure is what his camera captured, half laying on the ground making the scariest noises. The question arises, what was it? A prank done by someone or a real encounter with a rake? With only this clip as source, nothing can be said for sure. The cyclist was enjoying his ride in the woods without a care in the world until he turned to his right and saw a massive bear following him. The sight was terrifying, but the cyclist somehow remained calm and pedaled to escape the pursuing predator. I know I told you that you can't outrun a bear, but apparently you can outpace it with a bike. Fortunately, he found a tree to hide behind, and just then gunfire erupted, scaring the bear away. The man was fortunate to escape the situation unharmed, as it is challenging for someone to get away safely when faced with a deadly and enormous predator. It must have been his lucky day, I guess. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. In an autumnal forest setting, where trees stand bare without leaves, a woman captures a curious sight on her camera. She's filming a large, black, hairy creature partially obscured behind the trees.
Hey y'all, this was sent to me and it's really creepy. I don't understand how something this big and dark can fit behind such a tiny tree.
Its appearance closely resembles the legendary Bigfoot. Throughout the video, the creature exhibits peculiar behavior. At one point, it attempts to conceal itself behind one of the slender trees. Strangely, as it does so, it seems to vanish, blending seamlessly into the woodland backdrop. The footage is intriguing, sparking questions about whether this could indeed be a sighting of the elusive Bigfoot. This is really interesting footage, but I wonder how come they were able to be so close to this creature and get out alive with the footage. In this video, captured by a surveillance camera at night, an extraordinary scene unfolds in front of a house. The camera records a peculiar creature moving at an incredibly fast pace. This creature stands out due to its unique appearance. It has 4 legs, a long body, and notably, appears to be hairless. Its form and speed are unlike any typical animal usually seen in residential areas. The fleeting nature of this sighting, coupled with the creature's unusual characteristics, raises questions about its identity. Could this be a rare, unidentified animal, or perhaps an unusual breed of a known species? Considering the creature's distinctive features and the blurry nighttime footage, it's challenging to make a definitive identification. What do you think about this? This video was being recorded by 2 sisters, just for fun, showing them goofing around for a while, But at some point, something bizarre appears right next to the corner of the door. The face of a pale woman with long dark hair can be seen peeking at them. The girl recording immediately notices it and goes after it, only to be met by this sight. She grabs her sister and both run outside, clearly spotting that there is someone inside their house. What exactly was that? A long-gone resident of the building, still trapped inside the house's walls? What do you think? The video you are about to see was supposedly taken by a villager who managed to finally catch a glimpse of what many people described as a nightmare for their lives. From a distance, the man catches a glimpse of a dark figure walking in the snow. He tries to zoom in, but the quality is poor, and we can't quite make much of it. Although the quality is bad, the man is convinced that what he caught on camera is the thing that terrorizes his village, with many people reporting hearing heavy footsteps outside their houses at night. Could this be the legendary Bigfoot? What do you think? Uploaded about 4 years ago, this clip still serves as stuff of nightmares for whoever watches it. Recorded by a security camera mounted on the front of the house to keep an eye on burglars or intruders. This clip recorded a terrifying thing. At first, nothing seems unusual, but then a figure appears to be coming towards the gate of the house. And as moments pass, we can see that the figure walks through the gate without even opening it. Many people on the internet blamed it on the camera being faulty, but if it was that, then how did he not open the gate before entering? The figure starts off as a weird silhouette of a man, and ends up as a normal human being walking towards the house. And that's what is most scary about this clip. No one in the house had ever seen this man before, even in their neighborhood, and according to them, they never saw anyone entering the house either. But then what was it? For me, the video looks quite genuine, but there's still a chance that it could be edited or a glitch. A man was filming a river in Payson Canyon when he heard noises in trees above the area that caught his attention. He turned his camera as he looked up, trying to catch whatever there was on camera, and that is when he caught the elusive creature on camera. A huge creature can be spotted behind the trees wandering in the woods. The walk looked almost human-like, but the physique did not. The creature looked more like a human than any animal, but a gigantic one, making the man realize it could be the infamous Bigfoot. The man captured the footage in the spring of 2015, but said he was unsure if he should show it to anyone, because he didn't want to sound crazy. However, he later found some courage and uploaded it on YouTube, causing mixed reactions from everyone who laid their eyes on it. As for the authenticity of the video, I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide. Uploaded on YouTube in 2020, this video looks like something straight out of a horror movie. In just a couple of seconds, it gives us a glimpse into how scary the world could be if we could see the ghosts with naked eyes. It was recorded by a security camera set up in the Garden of Ninfa in Italy, a place otherwise known as one of sublime romantic beauty. It is basically the ruins of a medieval town near Rome, and for now, a great sight for tourists. However, this clip just gives us a glimpse of its most terrifying side, as we spot a ghost crawling on the ground. It appeared to have no legs and disappeared into the bushes just seconds after appearing on the camera. It could be a genuine ghostly encounter, given that Italy as a whole has such a fierce history. Could it be a soldier's ghost reliving its struggling last moments? Humans have always been curious in nature, and untouched places where no one has been for years always spark a pinch of curiosity in us. The same thing happened to this man who saw an abandoned cabin in the middle of the woods and decided to explore it, and that too in the dead of the night. As darkness covered everything, the man moved in the unexplored territory with just his flashlight and camera on, unknown to the danger that was about to come his way. As he moves forward and goes into the cabin, a creepy cryptid appears on the camera, stunned by the sudden appearance of the human who had disturbed its peace. At first, it looked like a cardboard piece or something, but the glowing eyes and the way it slightly turned after spotting the man makes it look legit. The creature was small, had black skin, and two piercingly glowing eyes, giving it a look of a devil in the making. This was enough to freak the man out as he runs for his life. What exactly was that thing? A demon, a ghost, or something else? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago by a man who claimed he had finally recorded a ghost in the cemetery, this clip shows us a weird shadow moving around behind a tombstone. For seconds straight, the shadow keeps moving around. However, the question here is, why exactly was the man there with a camera and a flashlight in the middle of a cemetery so late at night? And why did the ghost not come out of its hiding place and scare the man away? Was it even a real ghost? Or was it just a prank to fool everyone on the internet? This clip was recorded by a man who was running around in the woods when he started hearing weird sounds. According to him, it sounded like a human, so he decided to go and check who it was or if it was someone in need of help. In search of the origin of the voice, he got closer to a well that had been abandoned for hundreds of years and was famous for being haunted. As he got closer, his camera and his eyes both saw a creature in the depths of the well looking straight at him. The creature of the well had a darkish appearance, with eyes that were glowing with blue light. The sight was so scary, it made the man run for his life, not even thinking twice about the voice he had heard before. Was it the creature that was making these sounds to lure the human nearby? Or was it someone who had fallen into the creature's trap before? I guess as the man ran away and never went back, we might never know. While the family was busy having dinner, the man noticed something weird happening on the camera screen they had in their house. He spotted something unusual on the street and went closer to have a better look. However, still not understanding what it was, the man even shared the video recording on YouTube and also to the mainstream media. The clip showed a weird smoky figure gliding on the street. According to the family, it was a ghost, but many people on YouTube had other opinions. However, even if we consider it as a faulty camera, we can still see the speed with which the figure was floating. It looks a bit too eerie even for a camera glitch. Encountering hitchhikers in the middle of the night and on a completely empty road can already be a scary experience. But what if these hitchhikers start turning up in the weirdest shapes hiding along the road, as if they will pounce upon anyone who tries to stop and look? The same thing happened to these men who were driving out at night when they encountered huge creatures crouching on the ground. The creature looked really slim and tall with a human-like posture, but had completely whitish skin with no features like eyes or mouth visible properly. Spotted 2 times on the same road, gave the men an experience they might never forget their whole life. Could this be the famous rake waiting to pounce on unsuspecting victims? This clip, filmed in 2023, might make you think twice about leaving your pantry door open. A frustrated homeowner, tired of finding his pantry perpetually ajar, decided to catch the culprit on camera. What he filmed was unsettling, but not exactly what he expected. The pantry door creaks open on its own, nothing inside. Then, a wild twist, a faint, wispy figure peering down. From my perspective, it looks like the face of a woman with long dark hair, looking as if calling for help. Could it be the ghost of someone who lost their life in a violent event in that house? The man who uploaded this video works at a hotel at night, and according to him, he had seen weird things happen in the hotel, and that is why he tries staying out of it at night. However, no one believed him until he got this video on his camera and showed it to others. At first, everything seems normal with him wandering around in the place, but then he places the camera at a spot and leaves. And as soon as he does, we see chairs falling off and being displaced all over the place. Seconds after that, the man comes back and puts everything in place. But as soon as he leaves again, the same thing happens again. According to him, there were no strings attached, and that was no prank. It was nothing but a glimpse into his everyday life at work. The man in this clip was coming back to his office from the cafeteria, but as he reached the running point of the lobby, he was horribly pushed back by an unknown entity. Even when he tried holding the wall, he was lifted up, then slammed back onto the ground. The man hardly made it out alive, as whatever the entity was, it was all into dragging him with it. Was this a well-coordinated stunt, or was it an angry ghost coming to get their revenge? What do you think? Uploaded on YouTube a couple of years ago, this video claimed to have recorded a ghost. As the man leaves the camera recording in the basement and goes upstairs, we can sense something weird that is going on in the room. Moments after the door slightly moves and then a weird face appears from inside the other room. It looked like the face of a man, but that was all. No hands or body or anything else was there. Just a floating face looking straight towards the camera before disappearing back into the darkness. According to the man, he had sensed an unusual presence in his home before too, and that is why he left the camera there. I would certainly move out of the house the second I saw this video. Exploring tunnels, especially abandoned ones, and at night, has always turned out to be bad, and same was the case with these guys who went to explore a tunnel and ended up disturbing the peace of one of the creatures of the dark. So the creature had to stand up and come closer to warn the humans to keep them refrained from entering its territory again. It's just for a second that we get a small glimpse of a slim figure with long arms and legs standing in the tunnel. But if you ask me, it was for such a short moment that I can't surely say if it was a cryptid or just something that looked like one. What do you think? This video was posted by an individual on Facebook who claimed that his friend filmed two creatures resembling Bigfoots in Yellowstone. The video depicts a vast field, and in the distance, there are two black figures in motion. These figures appear to be similar to apes or gorillas crossing the field. However, even from this long distance, their gait and posture appear human-like, and they have substantial sizes. While gorillas can also grow to large sizes, they don't typically reach the same height as these creatures. Additionally, these two beings' full bodies seem to be covered in thick black fur. The identity of these creatures remains uncertain, and whether they are truly Bigfoots or another type of wildlife is a subject of debate. Encountering something unexplained is frightening in itself, but being stalked by an inexplicable entity takes fear to a whole new level. This video was captured by a trail camera, and initially, it appears to show a swamp scene, with a deer passing in front of the camera. Nothing unusual, right? However, if you zoom in on the top right corner of the video, you'll notice something lurking behind the trees. As the deer moves past, this mysterious figure also shifts from its hiding spot. It seems like this stalking creature may have been lying in wait for the deer or was attempting to be stealthy in its pursuit. From the video, the creature appears quite large in size and has a robust body frame. To some, it might resemble a Bigfoot, lurking and possibly hunting for its next meal. Security cameras are typically installed in homes to provide a sense of security and safety, reassuring us that we are protected. However, there are times when these cameras capture something that makes us feel quite the opposite, unsettled and unsafe. This picture was shared on Reddit's Creepy Captures subreddit by a user who recounted a strange incident. The user explained that it was midnight when their door security alarm went off. Naturally, they went to check who might be at the door, but to their surprise, there was no one there. Intrigued and concerned, they decided to review the camera footage, and that's when they came across this eerie figure. The figure in the image looks as though it's right out of a horror movie. It has a Slender Man-like face and an overall creepy appearance. Moreover, it seems to be holding something in its hand, adding to the mystery and unease surrounding it. Whatever this bizarre creature may be, one can only hope it never pays them a visit in person. Driving on a deserted road can indeed be a creepy and eerie experience, and encountering something like a werewolf would be the stuff of nightmares for any driver. In this particular case, the driver was cruising along a quiet road when they suddenly slammed on their brakes after spotting something highly unusual at the roadside. This creature doesn't resemble any familiar species. While some might argue that it has a wolf-like appearance, a closer look reveals some very peculiar traits. Unlike regular wolves, this creature appears to be strolling about on its hind legs, which is quite unusual. Additionally, its arms seem skeletal and lacking flesh. Its ears might resemble those of a dog, but the combination of its arm structure and the way it walks on its hind legs gives it an eerie, almost monstrous quality. The big question here is, what could this creature possibly be? I have a deep appreciation for trail cams, as they provide us with unique perspectives of dense woods that would be otherwise impossible to observe in person. Recently, I came across trail camera footage collected from a Canadian forest where multiple cameras were strategically placed to study the deer population. While the majority of the clips depicted deer peacefully grazing and enjoying their surroundings, there was one particular recording that captured something quite strange. Amidst the serene scenes of deer in the forest, a tall black figure emerged in one of the camera frames. This enigmatic entity appeared humanoid, shrouded in thick black fur, and was only visible for a brief moment before vanishing into the wilderness. Some online viewers have dubbed this mysterious creature the mountain beast, yet I can't help but wonder if its appearance aligns more closely with the legendary Bigfoot. This intriguing video comes from Dettifoss Waterfall in Iceland, showcasing a captivating yet strange sight. Uploaded on Instagram, the footage initially captures the breathtaking rush and power of the waterfall. However, a few seconds into the video, a small dark creature enters the frame, climbing over the cliff's edge with unusual movements. This mysterious being, seemingly a blend of lizard-like features and a humanoid body, draws attention with its distinctive appearance. Its movements suggest a deliberate attempt to either avoid the camera or perhaps engage in some form of stalking on the camera operator. Remarkably, the camera person remained oblivious to the creature's presence during filming, only discovering it upon reviewing the footage. The creature's skin exhibits a rough texture, adding to its strange nature. While speculations lean towards it being a cryptid, the true identity of this creature remains uncertain. Here's another intriguing video captured by a trail camera, featuring a wild forest creature attempting to interact with it. As the video commences, a hairy figure fills the frame, completely obstructing the view. The creature engages with the camera, suggesting either a curious interest or an attempt to consume it as it fiddles with the device, moving it around. After a period of interaction, the creature eventually exits the frame, bringing the video to an end. While some viewers speculate that this might be the elusive Bigfoot, my interpretation differs. Upon closer observation, as the creature departs, its paw comes into view, resembling that of a bear. Additionally, the fur on the creature closely matches the characteristics of a brown bear. Hence, it seems more plausible that the creature captured on camera was indeed a bear, rather than the mythical Bigfoot, as suggested by some viewers. Back in 2014, a video surfaced on the internet that seemed straight out of a horror movie, gaining considerable popularity. Captured by a police officer's head camera, the footage begins with the officer armed and ready to enter a building, clearly on a mission or responding to a call. As the officer explores the rooms along a long hallway, an unsettling event unfolds. In the distance down the hallway, something on the ceiling starts charging towards the officer. The officer, caught off guard, reacts with terror, screaming, and fleeing as the video abruptly concludes. The creature in question appears humanoid and reminiscent of the mythical figure known as the Rake, moving in an eerie manner along the ceiling. Despite the chilling nature of the footage, I think it could be fake. I did a thorough search on the internet with no corroborating information, leading to speculation that the video might be a promotional stunt for a horror movie or video game. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Imagine something more terrifying than just spotting a strange creature in the forest when you're alone. How about being stalked by one? Well, that's exactly what happened to this tracker. In the video he recorded during his forest venture, dense woods stretch out in front of us, and there's something enormous and black directly staring at the camera. This mysterious figure moves slowly, evident from the falling snow as it shifts. It's covered in thick black fur, and its head shape leans towards the humanoid side. To many, it resembled the classic description of a Bigfoot. Despite the eerie encounter, the tracker courageously heads towards the spot where the creature was seen, providing a closer look. That's a pretty bold move considering the size and strangeness of the creature lurking in the forest. During an afternoon walk in the woods, a couple experienced an unexpected twist when the boyfriend decided to playfully howl. To their shock, a scream echoed back from the depths of the forest.
Do you think it was a person?
Whoa!
I'm like shaking right now. Okay. That scared me. I don't know. Shh.
Unlike a playful response, this growl carries an animalistic tone, leaving the couple bewildered. The eerie sound doesn't match any known animal, adding to the mystery. Feeling a bit terrified, the couple decides to make a hasty retreat from the area. The speculation arises, could this mysterious howl be from a Bigfoot, interpreting the boyfriend's howl as a challenge or threat call? This footage dates back to 1993, capturing a shocking event that fueled skepticism about the existence of aliens. In the video, a serene green field is the backdrop for several cows peacefully grazing. However, things take a bizarre turn when a cow from the distant group starts levitating towards the sky in a straight line, as if something is pulling it upward. As the camera pans towards the sky, a large, bright object shaped like a plate comes into view. The cow disappears into this object, which then rapidly takes off. The following day, the lifeless body of the cow was discovered in a nearby field, seemingly drained of blood. The media interviewed ranch and farm owners in the vicinity, and many expressed anger and frustration about the apparent abduction. One farmer took an unusual precaution, adding antlers to his cows to disguise them as bucks, hoping to deter aliens from abducting them. While the video could be interpreted as a parody, if genuine, it challenges the beliefs of those who deny the existence of extraterrestrial encounters. A video recently surfaced on a TikTok account called Mystery Flies, claiming to capture the sighting of a Bigfoot just outside a camper's tent. In the footage, shot through a small mesh opening of the camp, a large dark brown creature is visible. When the creature turns its gaze toward the tent, an unsettlingly humanoid face is revealed, a massive figure that seems like a cross between an ape and a human. The uploader asserts that they stopped recording when they felt the creature had noticed them, prompting it to run off. The video appears convincing, with intricate details that make CG manipulation unlikely. However, the lingering question is, what was the Bigfoot doing so close to a human campsite? Was it in search of food, or could there be more sinister motives behind its presence? This TikTok video unfolds a gamer's worst nightmare. From a nanny cam, we witness a kid engrossed in playing virtual reality games, completely unaware of the eerie happenings in the room's corner. A transparent, ghost-like figure with hair on its head. Cameras are typically installed to provide a sense of security, but sometimes the footage they capture can have the opposite effect. In a video from 2015, taken by a house security camera, the focus is on the backyard door. After a few seconds, something peculiar starts moving in the frame. A figure that initially resembles a strange humanoid but gradually transforms into a shadowy form before completely vanishing into thin air. Remarkably, the figure doesn't reach the back door. It disappears before getting there. The mysterious nature of its appearance and disappearance suggests a ghostly presence. The fact that this occurred at 2 in the morning adds an eerie touch, as it's often believed that otherworldly beings are most active during the late hours. The video circulating on the internet depicting a creepy woman standing on a footpath has indeed sparked fear among viewers. Many claim to have seen the same woman in their neighborhoods, intensifying the sense of terror. In the footage, the cameraman walks along the footpath, initially capturing a seemingly normal-looking woman. However, as the camera focuses on her face, the atmosphere takes a chilling turn. The woman's eyes appear dark and malevolent, and her mouth looks obscured, contributing to an eerie appearance. The way she stares and smiles at the camera sends shivers down the spine, creating an overall aura of darkness and evil. Imagining encountering her on a street in the middle of the night is undoubtedly a haunting thought. This video comes from a news channel report shedding light on Wintergreen police addressing Bigfoot sightings. The reporter shares images of supposed Bigfoot sightings, emphasizing that they were captured by Wintergreen locals, claiming to have encountered the elusive creature. The first image shows a tall black figure with an irregular and seemingly fake body, leading the reporter to suggest it might be a prank. While the report laughs off the authenticity of the first image, the second picture appears more convincing. In this photo, a Bigfoot-like creature is seen walking on a rail track. Its body resembles that of an ape, but the humanoid bend of its legs adds an intriguing twist. The creature's texture and the seamless integration with its surroundings make it less likely to be CG, adding to its credibility for the potential legitimacy of the sighting. If you find yourself traveling on a desolate forest road at night, you might just stumble upon something strange. And that's exactly what happened to this person. In a video captured on a car dash cam, the vehicle is navigating a dark forest road when a massive, strange creature comes into view at a distance. Upon closer inspection, slowing down the video and zooming in, the creature appears huge and oddly dinosaur-like. It boasts 2 remarkably thin and large hind legs, while 2 small front legs seemingly hang in the air as it walks, reminiscent of a dinosaur. Now, we all know dinosaurs are supposed to be ancient history, so the big question arises, is it some sort of cryptid, or have we been mistaken about dinosaurs going extinct? The mystery deepens. There are times when the paranormal becomes your reality and nightmarish stuff happens. And this is exactly what happened to these guys who were driving out at night with the sole purpose of having fun. They had heard before that a scary ghost usually stands at the same spot on the side of the road every night at the exact same time. However, what they did not know was that they are about to see the terrifying sight themselves. As they move forward, a human-like figure appears into sight. It looks like a person wearing a red-colored top, but when you look at its face, it resembles more of a skeleton than a human being. According to the man, the sight was enough to drain the blood off his feet, and they all got goosebumps all over their bodies. What do you think that was? A true encounter with a lost soul, forever cursed to haunt that road. This clip was recorded in the World War II tunnels, which have been abandoned for years. Way below the surface, where radiation levels rise way above average, a small group of people went into these old tunnels to test radiation levels. The camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower level of the tunnels. I have to remark just the bravery you'd need to have just to willingly go into such a terrifying looking place, not to mention the radiation. The deepest part of the tunnel can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. Minutes into the clip, we spot something that would shock anyone. According to the people heading down there, they have seen such sights before, and it is due to the radiation levels that the ghosts of the soldiers start to appear in that place. And truth be told, seeing all the environment and the history of the place, it can be true that the spirits of soldiers wander there still. I have heard of many places that are haunted by long-gone soldiers. This might be one of them. What do you think? Looking quite usual, this picture can haunt anyone for years. It might seem just an innocent-looking picture of a few friends taking a group photo, but if you focus on the background, you will spot something disturbing. We can see two hands appearing from the door in the scariest way possible. They do not look natural. The girls were having a night out and a good time, taking all the pictures with the camera. It wasn't until later that they decided to see all the photographs that they noticed the creepy sight right behind them. The hands do not resemble a human's hand, considering the longer fingers and the sharp nails. Moreover, the hands make it quite obvious that whoever they belong to is a tall being, considering it better to just hide in the darkness. According to the girls, they have never seen anything like this before, and never have they felt any paranormal entity in their house. This was apparently the first and the last time this happened. Personally, if something like this happens to me, I definitely won't be able to sleep in the same house ever. An unexplained phenomenon occurred at a farm in Beotu, China, a couple of years ago, when a flock of sheep began moving in a circular pattern for the better part of 12 days straight. According to the sheep's owner, the procession began with just a handful of sheep until hundreds more started joining in. The reason behind this mysterious phenomenon remained unknown, with everyone on YouTube coming up with their own theories. Some even said that the sheep had a disease or something. If anyone watching has any idea why they are doing that, please share in the comments. Would you ever believe that millions of years ago, the world was being walked by giants? Dinosaurs we have heard about, but giants are not something we get to witness every day. When a man came across this huge footprint on a rock, he was shocked to the core. As later the geologists got there and studied it, they found out the footprint was around 200 million to 3 billion years old. The 4 feet long footprint easily signals to the existence of giants so many years ago. However, there are also people who claim that it was not a long-gone race of giants, but some other branch of the human species, one which was way more gigantic than us. Could this also explain the existence of Bigfoot? If once there were giants, could there still be around some remnants or descendants of these giants? Maybe this is where the giant myths come from. There is no doubt that the footprint is legit. We just lack more evidence to come to a concrete conclusion. What's your opinion on it? Imagine on a stormy night, with rain falling heavily everywhere and thunder echoing the surroundings. You wake up and go to the window to see what's happening, but you encounter something that will not let you sleep for the night to come. A dark figure, covered in black clothes, holding an umbrella, standing very still right in front of your house. Apparently, it looks like a woman, but what exactly will a normal human being be doing right in the middle of such a strong storm, right? The man recording the clip was terrified to the core, but thankfully, he had it all recorded on his camera. He later uploaded the clip on YouTube, hoping to find an explanation. However, no one ever could give any. Could it be just a crazy person standing there in the rain? Or is it something more sinister? This clip was recorded in 2014 when a woman, while recording the decorations for Christmas, accidentally laid her eyes on a scary black figure wandering around in their area. Not being able to believe what she just saw, she went out with her husband to get a clear view, and the figure was still there. Although they were at a safe distance, considering the height and the physique of the figure, no place was safe. They stood there for a few minutes and the figure was still there, walking around in the woods. By appearance, it definitely looked like a Bigfoot. And thankfully, it did not notice the family keeping an eye on it. Otherwise, the situation would have been way worse. About the clip being genuine or not, nothing can be said, because it has been recorded from a distance. Thus, it could easily be just a man who looks like a Bigfoot. But you should always be careful. You might not know what lurks in your area. This video clearly shows that sometimes us recording all these animals by being so close to them is not something they appreciate, and it makes them freak out too. The video begins with a bunny hopping around in the darkness. Suddenly, the camera focuses on a bizarre sight. 2 disembodied legs sprinting across the screen, vanishing into the darkness as abruptly as they appeared. These legs scurry down the street in an uncanny way, seemingly detached from any torso. As it was uploaded on the internet, the video left viewers shocked and bewildered by the weird sight. As the legs vanish into the shadows, a young boy emerges, seemingly retrieving his rabbit. Comparing the boy's height to the leg size, they appear disproportionately small, hinting at the possibility of it being a cryptid. However, the footage could also be a prank, with a kid cleverly using his pants to create the illusion of disembodied legs. What do you think? Prank, a ghost, or something else? Years after years of people talking about the stories of the infamous Bigfoot, and it is hardly ever we see concrete evidence proving its existence. But this clip serves as one of the best videos which shows how these creatures might actually be real, and just hiding away from us so perfectly. These hikers were on their way to conquer the mountain paths when they sensed something weird around them, as if someone was watching them. Scared, they looked around to find this creature not so far from them, staring straight into their souls. The creature's appearance fit the definition of a Bigfoot, so the question remains, is this a real Bigfoot, or is this something else more scary and more terrifying than that? And why is it standing so still? For more strange and interesting footage, check this out.